All right, I want to say something that might annoy a few people and probably will. Google Ads doesn't fail. Local businesses fail at Google Ads. When someone tells me, we tried Google Ads and it just didn't work, what they usually mean is we spent money and didn't get good jobs. That's a whole different thing. Google Ads isn't magic, it's amplification. It just pours gasoline on whatever structure you already have. If the structure is weak, it just burns fast. Here's what most owners think is happening. The clicks are bad, Google traffic is junk, people are just price shopping, our competitors are cheating somehow. Yeah, cool story. Here's what's actually happening. The positioning is usually vague, the landing page is generic, there's no filtering, and the follow-up's slow. Google isn't randomly sending weird people to your business. It's just responding to search behavior. If someone searches something specific and lands on something vague, what do you think they're going to do? Leave. Search is specific. Websites are vague. Somebody types in pressure washing in Huntington, West Virginia. They click your ad and your website says, "Welcome to our company." That's not alignment, that's confusion. Search intent's sharp. Most local websites are dull. When those don't match, conversion drops, and then everybody, of course, blames Google. And here's the part nobody really wants to hear. Google measures relevance. If your page doesn't match the search, your cost goes up. If your page doesn't convert, your cost per lead goes up. People obsess over cost per click. CPC isn't the real problem most of the time. It's alignment and conversion. If you send paid traffic to a generic homepage, you're basically just lighting money on fire. And this one's my favorite. We want everyone. No, you don't. You just think you do. When you say you want everyone, you avoid mentioning price, you avoid mentioning project size, you avoid defining scope. So guess what shows up? Everyone, including the people that you really don't want. If you don't define who you're for, Google's not going to magically filter them out for you. And when people say Google sends cheap leads, what they usually mean is my messaging attracts cheap leads. If your website screams lowest price, don't be shocked when price shoppers show up. If you never define your ideal project, you can't be mad when you get small ones that you're not really looking for. Google isn't downgrading your business, your positioning is. Traffic just follows clarity. Now let's talk about the real silent killer, speed. How fast are you calling leads? 5 minutes or 3 hours later when you remember? Do you text immediately? Do you answer after hours? Or just a voicemail graveyard? You're buying urgency. If someone searches and fills out a form, they're in motion. If you move slower than your competitor, you lose. Not because Google failed, because response time failed. And a lot of people think the issue is budget. We just didn't spend enough money. Sometimes that can be true. Most of the time it's not. Low budget with weak structure gives you bad results quickly. High budget with weak structure gives you bad results expensively. Money doesn't fix the fundamentals. It just speeds up the feedback. So here's the clean way to think about it. Ads are distribution. That's it. They're not positioning. They're not branding. They're not your sales process. They push people into your system. If your system is strong, you win. If your system is weak, you just lose faster. So if Google Ads didn't work for you, the better question isn't, are ads bad? The better question is, what did the traffic expose? Was it misalignment? Was it no filtering? Was it slow follow-up? Was it weak sales? Fix the structure first. Then you turn on distribution. That's when Google Ads actually work. And listen, I can't believe I'm sitting here defending Google. Google and I have a very love-hate relationship, I guess you could say. I complain about them all the time. Their support is questionable at best. Their constant updates are annoying as hell, and half the time I feel like I'm arguing with a robot. But when it comes to ads, they get blamed for things that aren't actually their fault. Most service businesses don't understand intent. They don't understand alignment. They don't have filtering in place. And a lot of them don't have fast follow-up at all. So they'll flip ads on, they get exposed, and then they blame Google. Google Ads isn't perfect, but most of the time it's not the villain. It's simply a mirror, and most people just don't like what they see. Look, if you're a service business owner and you want to fix what actually matters before you waste money, subscribe. That's what I talk about here. No fluff, no trendy hacks, just the stuff that actually moves the needle. I'll see you guys in the next one.